You. All right. Welcome everyone to Tapping for Inner Peace. I'm Kate Goldstein. It's my distinct honor and privilege to be guiding you through this emotional freedom technique tapping session tonight. So we've arrived at this 90-minute tap. And from the training that you're in, you know to create a safe space, whether it be putting on a cozy sweater or in some cases taking one off to get temperature regulated, closing a window, closing a door, getting yourself grounded, have a cup of water or tea, light a candle or some sage, and create this safe container for yourself. We're setting an intention here to hold space for ourselves. We're setting an intention to not abandon ourselves, but to be there and have our own back and really take the time to do some nitty-gritty work so we can get some amazing results. This area of inner peace is what we're going to focus on tonight. And inner peace is something that human beings have been striving for since humans have been on the planet. So this is a journey. It's a trial, that it's a challenge that people face. And if they're lucky in their lifetime, they get a thimbleful of peace. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking to find ways that we can access that peace when we need it, so we know that we can strengthen that neural pathway and we can continually grow, nurture, strengthen this inner peace that's in us. So we're going to actively try to tap into that tonight. So as we're kind of priming our bodies to tap, I want you to sort of get yourself situated in your seat by alignment and getting your hips square on the chair, feeling your feet on the floor, feeling your thighs on the chair, putting your shoulders over your hips, so leaning back and forth to get yourself into a nice aligned long spine, and making your head sit on top of your shoulders and just enjoying this alignment here. Just getting present in our bodies, feeling the grounding nature of just being in our bodies. So together we can start to massage underneath the collarbone, and we do this to open up the emotional pathways of the body. This taps right into the lymphatic system, which is the sewer system of the body, and holds lots of emotion and chemicals and toxins that we're releasing, and lymph. So we're just going to massage here. Also, you can roll your shoulders back. Take a few nice cleansing breaths in this space. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, just begin by tapping on the center of your chest with the tips of your fingers. And I like to remind those of you who are just brand new to tapping that tapping is it's a way to tap on all of the meridians of our body, which store chi, and we have blockages that can happen in our meridians. We can hold emotions in our body, and the purpose of tapping on these is to release the energy blocks so it can flow freely in our bodies. I also like to remind people that there's off-gassing that can happen, like deep sighs and deep breaths. You can burp or fart or laugh or cry, and these are various off-gassing that happen that are going to help you stay regulated and release trauma actually out of the body. I also want to say a word about self-regulation in our window of tolerance. So if at any point you find yourself with your mind really racing, your heart rate and your breath going, and you might feel like you're starting to rise out of your window of tolerance, I want you to just do a nice hold by holding the chest, holding the belly with the other hand, and just taking some deep breaths and kind of blinking your eyes and just coming back online. And you can hold your eyes, you can hold the side of your head, you can cradle and rock yourself. And these are ways to get yourself down back into a window of tolerance, and we'll just continue and move on from there. So self-regulate yourself and manage yourself in that way. Similarly, if you're going deep into the exercises and I'm having you visualize things and I'm having you say things out loud and breathe, and you're finding yourself kind of wanting to slump over a little bit, getting lightheaded, a little bit dissociated, a little bit woo, I want you to, just like you would to calm yourself down, I want you to kind of shake your body, do a little bit of jostling, some nice cleansing breaths that aren't necessarily those big breaths that put you into that state. So we're going to get yourself back into that window of tolerance by coming back online. Blink your eyes, get really present. Does that make sense to everyone? So just kind of monitor yourself and make sure that you stay within that window of tolerance. And then after you feel kind of like cleansed from that tired dissociation feeling, you can just come right back. Both of those things are totally normal. Totally normal. It's also very normal to feel numbness while we're tapping. So I just want to invite you, if you do feel any kind of numbness throughout this tap, that when I ask you to feel, just feel the numbness. Like feel the numbness fully, feel the edges of the numbness. What is that? How is that impacting you? What does it feel like? So just go there. Like that's the emotion you're feeling. All right. So right now, I just want you guys to tune in to yourselves, tune into your state. What's up for you today? We're going to start by tapping on the front of the ribs and just start to do a little bit of a scan of your day that brought you here. What were you dealing with this morning when you laid in bed? As you were getting ready, your first few thoughts of the day, any issues that you were, putting to rest, anything come up newly, anything you've been dealing with for a long time. Just go ahead and scan yourself and your emotional body for anything that comes up. Go ahead and take a nice big deep breath. Let it go, a nice loud sigh. Tap on the sides of the ribs now, right where the bra strap might meet your body. You can either tap like this, or you can bring your hands around and tap on the sides. So tapping on the sides, just tuning in to your social, your career, your domestic, in interpersonal relationships, intimate relationships, the relationship with yourself. What's going on today? So tuning into that right now, I want you to actually pick something that has been bringing you peace. Let's tune into the peaceful moment of your day. What does that look like? What does it feel like? Align yourself with that emotion right now of feeling rested, feeling peaceful, even if it's small and fleeting. Tune into the peace that you do have in your life right now. Big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. Tapping on the side of the hand. And then there's areas of your life that you might not feel peaceful in right now. It might be robbing you of your peace. You might be feeling like you can't get a hold on this one thing. We're going to give you a chance to pick a few things and then rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. So you can hone in on whichever one's the most, but just for the first one, just pick something in your life that's causing some distress. Let it bubble up. Tapping on the top of the thumb, just really tuning into that thing right now. Beautiful. And just repeating after me out loud. I deeply love and accept myself. And I'm worthy of peace in my life. And I've been struggling with, and say what it is you've been struggling with. Good. Big deep breath in, let it go. You just go ahead and just acknowledge yourself for exposing yourself to that memory, that reality, that's what you're dealing with. It's a little bit of exposure therapy. So we're bringing that up, and then we're just going to return to those cleansing breaths. I want you now to look in a different area of your life that's causing lack of peace, something that you would just give anything to go away. something that you would give anything to have some peace around this area. Tapping on the pointer finger. You guys are doing great. So repeating after me, I've been really struggling with, and then say what it is you've been struggling with. And that's been really uncomfortable. Beautiful. Yeah, and if there's something else that's coming up, just tune into that as well. So now you have a few areas of your life that feel like they could invite a little bit more peace. These would be wonderful areas to transform. Let's see which one wants our attention the most. So what we're going to do is rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. It's SUDS, so it's subjective units of distress. Basically, you're going to tune into each one at a time, and you're going to see which one has different emotions attached to it and what those emotions are rated as, okay? So tapping on the inside of the middle finger, take that first issue that you thought of. I want you to think about how it makes you feel right now, just how it makes you feel, an emotion word. Scared, anxious, left out, abandoned, insecure, incapable. You get the drift. Beautiful. Pinpoint a word, an emotion word that feels like, oh, that's it. And it really can set you free. Tapping on the other side of the ring finger now, tuning into that emotion word, how this makes you feel. I want you to rate that feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. So when it hits you, when you think of that issue happening, how does it feel 1 to 10 right now? Good. That's your SUDS number for the first issue. Tapping on the inside of the pinky, we're going to move on to that next issue. Okay, find that issue and let it hit you as if it's happening right now. Repeating after me out loud. This issue makes me feel. Say how it makes you feel. Tapping on the other hand. Again, this issue makes me feel. Yeah, big deep breath in. You got to find that word. Once you've found an emotion word that feels like it just nails it, it just describes how you're feeling exactly. And I want you to rate that on a scale of 1 to 10, as if it was happening right now. 1 to 10. Trust your number. Beautiful. These are areas of your life that are not allowing you to feel totally at peace, and that's the goal. Maybe we can work on something that's going to let you take responsibility in some area. Maybe there's something that's going to help you release some responsibility in some area. Maybe there's going to be some critical thinking that we do, some connections made tonight that are actually going to shift this area of your life, and it will bring in more peace. So thinking of that third thing that maybe keeps you up at night, maybe you've been struggling with for a very long time, maybe something that you thought you were going to go to your grave with, something that still bothers you just today. Right when I'm saying this, what does it remind you of? What is going on? Picking that thing. And now we are going to tune into how it makes us feel. What's the emotion associated with this issue? Good. You've got to name it to tame it. You have to feel it to heal it. And that's exactly what we're doing. So brave of you to feel this right now. Big, deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. Repeating after me, I deeply love and accept myself, even though there's areas of my life not at peace. So tuning in now to that number of that emotion that you feel when you think of that last issue, 1 to 10, how does it feel right now? It might be like a 10 a couple weeks ago or a couple years ago when it happened, but right now it's maybe about a 6. So honor that, how it feels right now for you. If right now you think about it and it's just drumming it right back up, it's an 8 or 9 or 10, tune into that number. Beautiful work. Tapping on the top of the thumb, pick the number that was the highest out of all 3 of those. And that's what you're going to work on tonight. And just trust that that is what's coming up. And we say that's next in line to be loved. Think about it that way. Whatever is the most distressing for us is next in line to be loved. So tapping on the top of the pointer finger. Just tune into yourself right now. Just get into your own essence right now. Take a couple cleansing breaths. Get settled in the issue that you want to work on. And we're going to move forward into our tapping session. Tapping on the top of the middle finger, repeating after me. Even though, and then say what happened. I still love myself. And I'm worthy of peace in my life. But I haven't been feeling peace in this area. Good. Let's get the energy moving. Big, deep breath and let it go with a sigh. Good. Repeating after me. Even though, and then say what happened. And it's been making me feel, say how you've been feeling. It's possible I'm still worthy of peace in my life. Tapping on the other side of the ring finger. I've really been struggling with peace in this area because it's been making me think. Say what you've been thinking around this. What are your beliefs? What are some of the thoughts that you have that accompany that feeling that it gives you? Just say them out loud, wrap them out right now. Yeah. Beautiful. Repeating after me. And it's been making me think. Say what it's been making you think. What are some of those thoughts? Let's call them out right now. Yeah. It's possible I'm still worthy of love and respect. It's possible I'm worthy of feeling more peaceful in this area. Big, deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. Tapping on the inside of the pinky. I want you guys to tune into that issue again, and we're going to go down the rabbit hole a little bit with how it feels, what it makes you think. This issue with, and say more about it. Just say a little bit more about it, or say it again. This issue with. It's been making me feel. Say how it's been making you feel. And how that's been making you feel. You see, we have these primary and these secondary emotions. First, we feel hurt or disappointed, maybe. It's okay to be disappointed. That's a good one to say. And then we might be thinking, oh, they should have known better, or I should have done that. And then we start to feel shame, guilt, anger, resentment, stuck, right? So there's emotions that are primary and secondary. So let's just feel it again. The issue with, say what the issue is. The issue with. Tap on the head. Has been making me feel, say how you've been feeling, feel all around it, speak all the feelings, words around it. Tapping all over the head. And that's been making me think. Tapping on the forehead, repeating after me, and it's been really uncomfortable. Okay, so we're going to do this about 3 times in this tap. We're going to feel into how uncomfortable it is and really let yourself go there, because so often we try to numb or avoid. We're going to just lean into it right now. We're only going to do this a few times. So right now, I really want you guys to commit to the results that you can get from feeling this. So feel how uncomfortable it's been. I know that it's been painful. So just tune in right now and let yourself turn it up. Turn it up 25%. How uncomfortable it's been. Good. Tapping on the side of the face. Stay with it. Repeating after me. This has been really uncomfortable. And I've been struggling with this ever since. And say when it started. Let's go there again. I've been struggling with this ever since, and say when it started. Yeah, big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. And I really want some peace around this. I really want some relief around this. Good. Yeah. I've not wanted to feel this because I've really been struggling here. And I haven't known what to do. Tapping underneath the nose and actually start to think about those things that you've tried to do to deal with this. Yeah. What have other people suggested? What have you tried? Just go ahead and say those out loud. I've tried to, and say what it is you've tried to do. Tuning into how we don't want to feel it, tuning into how we just want to fix it, tuning into how what we've tried hasn't worked, tapping underneath the mouth. It's not going away. This hasn't gone away. And I really want it to go away. Big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. Beautiful work, everyone. Feeling what it is that they have going on, and just saying, I'm uncomfortable and I'm wanting it to go away. Such a good little bit of progress there. So tapping on the center of the chest, let's tap into the possibility that EFT and tapping right now can alleviate this a little bit. Let's go there. So repeating after me, part of me thinks that tapping with Kate could help. But part of me thinks that this is really silly. How can tapping on my body help me get over this? Part of me really thinks that I could heal this tonight. And I love that part of myself that thinks that I could heal this tonight. Send that part of yourself some love, that hopeful, that peace-seeking, that healer inside you. The one that loves the research that's been coming out on EFT, that knows me and trusts me to do this with you. That part of yourself that believes that this could heal yourself. That part of you who's healed yourself before, who has not abandoned yourself in the past. Love on that person right now. Sending yourself some love. Beautiful. Tapping on the front of the ribs. Let's pendulum over to the other side now. Repeating after me. And part of me doesn't think that I can heal this tonight. There's just too many moving parts. There's just too many people involved. There's just too many feelings hurt to heal this in one night. Yeah. So tune into that part of yourself that's a little bit in disbelief that this isn't going to really work. It might make me feel a little bit more calm, but it's not going to do anything. And I want you to send that part of yourself some love right now. Do you notice how it's a little bit tighter? It's kind of like trying to find the crack to let the love in there. So let the love in. Surround it with love right now. Feel the quality of yourself. Fearlessly giving yourself love, even though you don't fully believe. Yeah. Tapping on the sides of the ribs, really relaxing the shoulders, maybe doing a little bit of a sway or a rock or a twist. Big deep breath in, let it go. I forgive myself for being confused on how to deal with this. I've been trying to, and say again what you've tried to do. And that hasn't worked. Tune into that negative emotion about this issue. I've been feeling, say how you've been feeling. And that hasn't worked. Tune into how that hasn't worked out for you. There's some good things about feeling that way. And we can explore the benefits of holding on to that right now. But tune into how it just doesn't feel good to feel like this. Yeah. tapping on the top of the head. Part of me wants to hold on to this emotion. Let's repeat the emotion. Part of me wants to hold on to, say how you've been feeling, because it makes me feel, and then say the positive benefits of how it makes you feel, be powerful or connected, or like you're holding boundaries, or it makes you feel like you're respecting your lineage, or you're protecting your kids, or who knows how it's making you feel. Tapping on the forehead, let's repeat that again. Part of me wants to hold on to, say how you've been feeling, because this emotion is helping me to, and say some things it might be helping you to do. I'll give you some time to explore that right now. Good. Yeah. Tapping on the sides of the face. I can see that this has been helping me too, and say what it is you've been getting from this. But I want an easier, softer way now. I want a way that makes me feel better. I want a way that allows me to keep all of my essence. I want a way to keep my energy. I give myself permission to let go of this issue now. Big, deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. Beautiful. Tapping on the front of the face. It might feel good to let go of this. All this, and say the emotion. Yeah, feel that emotion that you've been holding on to and that you've been experiencing, that feeling. And say it right now, repeating after me. All this, say the feeling. It's been so uncomfortable, and I'm really ready to let go of this now. Even if I don't understand it, even if I don't know why I'm holding on to it, even if there's someone else involved, I'm willing to let go of this just to get my life force energy back. Tapping underneath the nose. I'm worthy of my life force energy. I'm worthy of having peace. Yeah, big deep breath in, let it go. So tuning into what you were getting out of holding on to those emotions, those are real things that are actually positive. Tapping underneath the mouth. Think about how positive those things are that you are feeling. That's, everyone's worthy of having those benefits that you are getting from feeling that negative way. So repeating after me, I want to keep the benefits, but let go of the pain. I'm ready to get all the benefits with none of the pain. Yeah. I want to receive the benefits in a healthier way now. And I'm ready to understand what I really needed here. So I want you guys to kind of just get back in your bodies, get back present here with me. You've done some amazing work right now. And just staying in the narrative, I want to just explain that we don't realize that what we're doing is we're holding on to this outdated protection mechanism that was helping us at one point, and that we actually have needs that we needed to get met. And here's the kicker. We're feeling this thing. It's coming up when we go to bed at night. It's coming up every day in the conversations with our friends, when we're laying in bed, when we're trying to make a meal, when we're trying to go about our business, trying to meet new people, have new relationships, have new experiences, free from our past. We're trying to have these peaceful moments. We're trying to meditate and do yoga and have a clear head. We're trying to enjoy this beautiful life that we have. And yet this lack of peace comes in. And guess what? It's there to give you a gem. It's there to give you a lesson. It's actually persistent because there's something in it for you. We're about to find out what that is. Are you guys ready to get the gem from this lesson right now? Beautiful. Tapping on the front of the ribs. Let's take a nice cleansing, loving breath, sending love, light, oxygen to every cell of our body right now. Repeating after me. I'm ready to find the gem in this. I'm ready to harvest the peace from this pain. So we're tapping on the sides of the ribs, and I want you to go back into that moment. And I want you to see the situation, the issue playing out in your life. Picture a real life example of this happening. Who was there? What was involved? What happened? What was said? What was done? Just go back to that scene. Look at it like it's a movie. Visualizing this happening in our lives. And I want you to think about the worst part. What was that part that really got you the most? It was the most disturbing part. It was the part that had the biggest impact. It had the lasting memory. It might be what you've had flashbacks about. It might be the part that just gets to you the most. Repeating after me, the worst part was, say the worst part. Yeah. And that's a detail in a story that has more to it. So right now, let's tap our wrists together. And I want you guys to go ahead and just say what happened. Just tell it like a story. I'll give you a little bit of time repeating after me. What happened was, say what happened. Tell the story, the whole thing. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. And then what did you feel? What did you think was happening? What were your thoughts about what others thought or what that meant for you? Yeah. Beautiful. Tapping on the top of one of the thumbs. Repeating after me. Let's tell the story again. What happened was. Yeah. And I've been struggling with this ever since. And I haven't had peace in my life ever since. And I'm ready to make a shift. I've been really holding on to, say the emotion that you've been holding on to. I've been holding on to, and that's been really uncomfortable. And I just haven't been able to let it go. And I give myself permission to hold on to this a little bit longer. Tapping on the pointer finger. What happened was, say what happened. Yeah. And the worst part was, and say the worst part. We're going to lean in again now to that pain and the discomfort. This is part of you receiving the lesson and the gem. And this is why it keeps showing up, is because it needs to be felt. Feel it right now. Feel the disappointment and the hurt, the shock, the scare, the anger, whatever is coming up. Feel that fully right now. To turn it up to 50%. Let yourself feel it more than you've actually ever let yourself feel it in this container right now. Good. Just bear down and turn it up. 70%. There's a part of you that has not wanted to feel this, but there's a part of you that will not stop until it is fully felt. So let it be felt. Keep going. Tapping on the top of the middle finger. Keep going. Turn it up to 80% now. All of that emotion, all of that distress. Turn it up to 100% now. I want you to really feel it. 100%. No numbing. No avoiding it. Beautiful. Tapping on the other side of the ring finger. All I wanted to happen was, and tune into yourself in that moment and what you wish would have happened instead. Yeah. There's a couple options here. Get creative. We're going to do that exercise a couple more times, just tuning into the resistance to what happened and that we wish something else would have happened. Anything else would have happened. but tuning into the resistance that you feel against feeling that, the resistance that you feel to that, the fact that that happened, and how the resistance is painful. All the resistance. Tune into that resistance right now. How you have not wanted to feel this. You have not wanted to accept that that happened. And repeating after me out loud. It's understandable that I would feel this way. You should have seen what happened. And I've been resisting that that happened ever since. All this resistance. Big deep breath in, let it go. Tapping on the inside of the pinky. You guys are doing such good work right now. Repeating after me. All I wanted to happen was, and say what you wish would have happened. But that didn't happen. Tapping on the middle or the thumb on the other hand. Tune in right now. Relate to yourself in that memory as someone who didn't have a need met. Go back, think about what you might have needed in that moment that would have been really nice. You just identified something that you wish would have happened instead. Maybe tune into a set of needs that any human deserves, that's worthy of. Yeah, tune into yourself as someone who had needs, tapping on the pointer finger, repeating after me. All I needed was, say what it is that you needed in that moment. Yeah, think about a phrase that would have been really nice to hear from them, from yourself, from anyone in that moment. All I needed to hear was, yeah, think of the most healing phrase, just like an anecdote to this whole deep distress that you felt here. What would be the phrase that would feel like it would totally take all the pain away? All I needed to hear was, and I'm going to give that to myself now. And I want you to now picture yourself entering the frame. You see yourself standing there, experiencing this issue. I want you to approach yourself right now. Really use your visualization, really use your third eye and picture yourself right now approaching your past self. Go right up to yourself and stand heart to heart and give yourself the most loving, accepting, knowing look. And sweep yourself up into your arms in a huge embrace. Tuning into all that hurt that you just experienced, not even yet knowing all the impact it would have on your future self. Tuning into all that you wish would have happened instead, but that didn't happen. How disappointing that was. Repeating after me. I can forgive myself for struggling with this. Yeah, and I want you to forgive yourself right now. Have a little ceremony with yourself. Your current self opens up your hands and you're holding a token of your own forgiveness and you're giving it to your past self because it's understandable that they would be experiencing this kind of pain, that they would be not able to give yourself permission to feel it fully. You didn't know that there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel if you were to lean in, feel it, and accept it. You've been resisting and you're forgiving yourself right now. Open up your hands and outstretch them and give it to your past self. See if you can identify what it is that you've given yourself as a token of forgiveness for all of the suffering. Tapping on the middle finger, relaxing the hands, relaxing the jaw. Get present in your body. Take a nice big deep breath in. and receive the gift. I want you now to tune into what it is that you needed to hear. The highest, highest, highest message that you could possibly receive. I want you to draw it down right now from your highest self. Let it pour into you, into your body in a stream of white light that's going to enter into your crown chakra and go through every cell of your body. Tune into this question. What did I need to hear? Say out loud, all I needed to hear was, and let the message just come forth. Yeah. And I'm going to give it to myself now. Let the light get brighter and stronger. Let the light carry that message to every cell of your body. What's the message? Say it out loud right now. Repeat after me. I'm worthy of, and say the message. Big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. Tapping on the other side of the ring finger, continue to bask in that light, in that healing, in that divine message from your higher self right now. And just enjoy this afterglow. Repeating after me, there's a part of myself that doesn't really want to let go of the pain yet. Tune into that tiny corner of yourself that still feels like you need to carry this as a protection mechanism. Blast light and love and understanding to that area. Give yourself acceptance in that area. Accept that you're still holding on, and that's okay. Tapping on the inside of the pinky in this healing space, basking in the light with your higher self there to support you. I want you now to give yourself permission to hold on to that piece of the anger, of the struggle a little bit longer. Repeating after me, I give myself permission to hold on to this pain, even if I'm trading my peace, because it's protecting me. Tapping on top of the head, tuning into that this head is now a place of healing. It's a place you've received all this light, and you've gotten to the bottom of some of this issue, but you still are holding on to a little piece. And I want you to give yourself full permission to hold on to that piece. We're not going to fight anything in this visualization. Tapping on the forehead, repeating after me, I'm going to hold on to this because I think it's giving me, and just say what it is that you think that it's giving you. Right? But it's not working. Tapping on the sides of the face. Part of me thinks I need to hold on to it because it's protecting me. Tapping underneath the eyes. You're doing great. Take a nice cleansing breath. We just moved a lot of energy. I'm going to hold on to this a little longer now. Picture yourself holding on to it in the next few interactions that you have with people. The next few times you wash your face and go to bed, do your meditation and your healing somatic practices that you do every day, but you still have this little piece. Your inner peace is peppered with this protection mechanism. Tapping on underneath the nose. Picture yourself going in to pray, and this is what comes up instead of gratitude. Picture yourself going through your yoga poses, going through your PT, going on your walks, and your inner peace still has bits of this in it. Tapping underneath your mouth. I want you to picture yourself now, and you've met your teacher. You're at that retreat that you've been saving for. You are in a healing circle with sisters. and you still aren't totally at peace because you're still holding on to this. And I ask you now, are you ready to let this go? Just so you can have inner peace. Beautiful. Tapping on the center of the chest, repeating after me. I'm really ready to let this go now. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm ready for peace. Big deep breath in, let it go. Repeating after me. All this permission, all this acceptance, all this love, all this worthiness. I'm letting it in now. Beautiful. Tapping on the front of the ribs. I give myself permission to let go of this now, just so I can get my life force energy back, just so I can feel peaceful. I'm going to get protection in other ways now. Let's do a little brainstorm on healthy, feel good, yummy ways that you can get those things that you thought you had to let go of along with this negative pain. You get to keep them all. You get to keep all of those things. Being loyal, the feeling safe, the feeling in touch with your ferocious nature, the feeling in touch with your emotions, that person's not going to hurt you anymore, your boundaries, your worthiness. You get to keep all of that, and just think about ways you can do that in a way that feels good now and fosters peace now. Tapping on the sides of the ribs, repeating after me. All I needed to hear was, and say what it is you just needed to hear, that higher message. Repeating after me. It's possible I've been worthy of that this whole time. Yeah. All this worthiness. All this worthiness. Yeah. Feel the worthiness of feeling peaceful. It's your birthright. Feel how worthy you are of that, and that you've always been. It's your true nature, and you're meant to feel peaceful inside. Claim it and own it now. Beautiful. Tapping on top of the head. I want you to actually go back and thank your higher self. Thank the light. Thank them for the gifts. Have a little moment right now where you're feeling gratitude for yourself, for showing up for yourself. Yeah. Beautiful. Repeating after me, the light is welcome here anytime. Tapping on the forehead. I'm ready to receive the gifts without the pain now. Yeah. I'm ready to, and then just see what you're ready to do. See what wants to come up. Fill in the blank. What are you ready for now? What are you ready to receive now? What are you ready to feel now? Yeah. We have such a beautiful field all around us right now. Let's see if we can maybe just forgive ourselves fully, like deeply forgive ourselves for struggling with this. If you have any left over, maybe forgive someone else. Just send it their way. No other action needed. Tapping on the front of the face. If it amplifies your light, then send light out into the world to those who could use a little bit of extra light right now, knowing that it only fills you up even more, only amplifies the light in every cell of your being even more. Truly, may our happiness and freedom only add to others' happiness and freedom. Let your own happiness shine bright right now. Feel that thimble full of peace that we cultivated right now. and just bask in it for a moment. Tapping underneath the nose. I deeply love and accept myself. And I feel deep peace in my life. I'm worthy of peace. Beautiful. I want you to now picture yourself without this issue. Think of the issue that you started with. On a scale of 1 to 10, when it hits you, imagining it happening again, 1 to 10, where are you at with it? Just make a mental note of what the number was at the beginning of this tapping session and what the number is now. Your starting and ending suds numbers. Yeah. Just feel that charge. That emotional charge was addressed tonight in a loving way where we fully accepted all the things that come with it, all the resistance. Yeah, such good work. Tapping on the center of the chest. Picture your life without this issue. Picture yourself again in a similar situation, but you don't have the issue over here anymore. You're not feeling the emotions or having those thoughts or those beliefs or the lack of worthiness, the lack of permission, right? So you now have the gifts. Picture yourself without the issue. How are you able to show up now? What's possible now? Picture it. You're there. What are you able to receive now? How are you able to feel now? What's a new belief that you can have now about yourself, others, the world? Peace. Big deep breath. Let it go with a sigh. So I want you to go ahead and tap all over the body. You can do open hands, tapping all over the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the chest, the torso, the legs. And I want you to integrate what you just got. Integrate it with a little bit of movement. Do a little bouncing, a little bit of twisting, a little bit of shaking. Make some noise, make a little noise, maybe emote how you feel. What does peace sound like now in your vocal cords? That's what it sounds like for me. It's a little bit like it's like an ice cream tub that's melted a little bit. Really just let yourself emote some peaceful feelings now. And I want you to tune in as you're tapping all over your body. Really tap loud. You can hear it. Tap so you can hear it. Tap so you can feel a vibration. You're cultivating an energy now. I want you to think about 5 things that you got in this tap. 5 things you got, whether it's I can tap with Kate and it feels good. I've got my own back. I really got that. This is what I needed. I'm just giving you some examples, but start to think of them. Think about when this all started. Think about what you were trying to hold on to the pain for, what you thought it was doing for you. Maybe you got that you can let it go and you can still keep the gifts. Maybe you got that all you needed to hear was what? Just go ahead and go into that right now and start the sentence, 5 of them, with what I got was, and say it out loud. As my Bubby would say, from your mouth to God's ears. Couple more, keep going. Keep going. Beautiful. Do you hear yourselves? You got that tonight. If you've said 4, then say 1 more. If you've said 5, just go ahead and hold your heart with one hand and hold your abdomen with the other. I want you guys to tune into all of that, integrate all of that into your being right now. I'll give you a few moments to say out loud, what I got was. That was so lovely. Stay in this peaceful space. Enjoy the afterglow. Do you feel the vibration on your body right now? All of your cells just jumping for joy. Stay here as long as you'd like. When you're ready, you can, if you're closing your eyes, you can blink them open and come back here. I'm going to stop the recording now. So those of you who are on the live, we can have a little chat if you'd like. For those of you tuning in to the recording, amazing work tonight. Go ahead and journal if you'd like, 5 things that you got. And if you need some prompts, I recommend answering these questions in your journal. All I needed to hear was, I've been worthy of blank this whole time. And what I got was, and just say what you got. So thank you so much for joining tonight. You can come back and tap anytime. You can rewatch this video for life. And you can do tapping now because you've taken the course. So enjoy the healing space, enjoy this peace that you cultivated, and you do cultivate peace. It's something we cultivate. And I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for joining. Bye for now.